Hello everyone, welcome to ICECAST, the official podcast of Hima Ice. Ever Ice, all the way to the sky. Oke, so ICECAST adalah podcast resmi dari Hima Ice dan berkaitan dengan klub ICU, Ice Cinematic Universe, yang didirikan dengan tujuan mengenal lebih dalam tentang himpunan, kegiatan, berita, perkuliahan, dan tentunya orang-orang hebat di baliknya. So, hello everyone, and welcome back to our podcast. Today we have a very special guest, a lecturer who has an amazing experience studying abroad. Please welcome Professor Dr. Adrefiza, MA, Ph.D. Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon.
So, thank you so much for joining us today. It's such an honor. And our today's topic is about studying abroad. So I have read that about your background that said for your master degree and for your doctor degree you graduated from University of Canberra.
Canberra,
Oh, yeah, Canberra.
Canberra.
Sorry, Canberra.
Australia.
In Australia, sir. So here I would like to ask a few questions about studying abroad, and it is because we know that you already experienced studying abroad, and I will ask about this is a very common question, sir.
Okay.
As we know that studying abroad is not easy. Of course, you have experienced a lot like challenges, and you know the benefit, also the challenges, the about anything about bagaimana sir bisa mempertimbangkannya ini karena we study abroad, we going outside our country, we go to another country. I know it's not that hard, it's not that easy, sir. So what inspired you to study abroad?
Right, studying abroad is quite it's not only challenging, but it's very competitive. We can't afford to go abroad for studying for our own money, with our own money. So we have to apply for scholarship, and to get this scholarship, it should be very, very competitive because thousands of applicants applied. Of course, we did a very long process of selection to get the scholarship. And when I did my first scholarship studying for my master's degree in Australia, it was funded by Australian government. So we did a few tests. The first one, of course, is English proficiency test. It's sort of TOEFL test, but it's not TOEFL actually. It's IELTS test. IELTS. Maybe you're not very familiar with the term of IELTS test. So in IELTS test, we have to show our proficiency in 4 skills of the English: speaking, reading, and writing, and listening. Okay, so all these skills are being tested, and there is minimum score. Of course, I think it's like 6.5, the minimum score. And then we had to go through a few more, tests to get a scholarship. And it's from all universities from Indonesia. The candidates were lecturers from Sabang to Merauke. All right. So in my case, I passed the test and I got a scholarship. So when you're asking me why most of the lecturers would like to go abroad to study, to have a further studies, to have a post-graduate studies, I think the basic answer is quality, So there is no doubt, there is no questions about the quality of education in Australia or elsewhere in America, in England, France, Netherlands, and of course we are searching for quality And apart from this, we would like to experience other situations, including the cultures, weathers, and how education is established and maintained, and how the education is prepared, okay, to offer quality for the graduates, right?
Yes.
And of course, it's very different country, we had a very interesting experience, of course, especially to cope with the cultures, because they have four different cultures, different weathers or different seasons. We have winter, which is very, very cold and freezing. And we have also summer, which is very hot, much hotter than Indonesia. And we have also spring and autumn. Okay, and that gave us, a lot of experience. And one of the important things that I noticed is about the facilities of the education, especially at university level. There is nothing that we complain about. Okay, everything is provided for, for the quality of the students graduate. Okay, including the technological assistance, and library is the most important thing. Of course, we have a national library in the city, and we have a library for university level, and we have also library at the faculty level, and even at study program level.
Yeah. It's really
Yeah, that's right. And they also provide the students with sort of, student support.
Oh,
So whenever the student have a problem with everything, academic or non-academic, they are ready to help.
even
Okay.
personal.
Yes, of course. Personal problem. Whenever you have a personal problem, cultural shocks, you can't write essays or papers in English. You can call the university and they provide someone to help you.
Oh, so
Okay.
it's like someone helping you to adapt there.
Yes, that's right. So both academic and non-academic.
That's really helpful.
Yes, you don't have to pay,
Oh, it's all free, sir.
all free,
Oh,
especially for PhD student. When I did my PhD, so there are two levels of the doctoral degrees in Australia. One is called doctoral degree. Basically, this level is the combination between lectures and research. But there is another one which is higher than this. There is no lectures. It's full research.
oh,
So I had that one, okay, the second one, full research. So I didn't have to go to lectures. What I did was, preparing for the research topic, and we had two or three supervisors. Okay, so all we did is to find a very what do you call it, new research topic. Okay, the topic which is not yet conducted or studied by other scholars. So we have to fill in the gaps. So if we come up with usual topic, it's going to be rejected. So we have to find the topic which is not yet popular. So the topic must fill the gaps in knowledge. So that's one of the criteria for PhD or doctoral research topic. It's very interesting. Okay.
well, it is really interesting. I am sure that a lot of students want to hear about that because I just know that there is two difference for the doctor degree. That
Yeah.
first one with lecture and research, and the second one is just the research without
Yeah, full
the
research,
lecture. Yeah,
full research degree. So the title is PhD.
PhD.
So that's why my title is PhD, not doctor. So the other one, which is the combination between lecture and research,
Yes.
it's doctor. So they are not allowed to put PhD in the title.
I see.
So the speaker is different, okay? And the number of words and the quality of thesis is also different. we have at least 100,000 words for PhD thesis, and the doctoral one, I think it's only about 60,000 or 80,000. So the number of words is different, and the quality of the study of the research or the scope is also different. And another thing that I will have to point out here is the thesis examination will have to undergo as a few or at least 3 stages. Okay, so the first page, once we selected the topic and we have to write the proposal, and then we have to bring the proposal into the seminars just like what we do here. So this seminar was presented not only to internal lecturers, but we also invited lecturers from other universities. It's very challenging, of course, right? And they are all expert, so they will give some kind of insights and suggestions to make the topic is more realistic and more relevant and more challenging, of course. Yes. Right? So they provide questions, insight, comments, and these are the comments from the expert, right? Real expert, not abal-abalan expert at all. Yes. Just like what we have here in general, okay? And the next phase, and we conducted the research, right? We conduct the research, we collected the data, we analyzed the data, and then we did what we call seminar in progress. Progress seminars. So this is much more challenging than the first one. Yes. All right, because we invited wider community, right, including expert as well. So we presented what we have done so far and what problems do we have during the process, and we have to point this out so everyone is ready to to help, to provide insight, comments, and suggestions. And this can be done as elsewhere, not only at the internal university. So we invite, if we do it internal university, of course, we invited a lot of expert students who are interested in that area, in that particular area. So, and the last page, we have to go into international seminars outside of the country. So at least we presented the research result twice or 3 times in the country of Australia, and once or 2 times or twice in other countries. So in my case, I think I went to New Zealand to present my research, my Ph.D. research result or thesis. And, I was very surprised because, all of the experts who were specialized in my area were coming, right? Including Janet Holmes, Anthony Liddicoat. I remember a few experts, they are all authors. They have written many books. So I quoted some of their theories from them, and then I had to present this in front of them. Right? Wow. You can imagine. So it's very challenging. It's very good opportunity to see people from different countries who are doing the same thing, who are specialized in the topic that we are conducting. It's very different here. People who are studying doctoral degree were only examined in front of few lectures, 5 or 7 lectures. They have to go outside, and we never know who examined our thesis. And later, after everything is complete, okay, so when I completed the thesis, and then this thesis must be examined by at least 2 experts, then we never know who they are. So at university, my supervisor selected the examiners for us. So the thesis was sent abroad for the examination. That is the last page. And then it may take more than 1 year sometimes to get the result. from the examiners.
Why it takes so long?
Yeah, because they have to do that very carefully, right?
Yeah, right.
And in my case, I was very lucky because not more than 3 months, I got the result already.
That's so fast.
Yeah, it's very fast, and everyone was surprising, including my supervisors. And then luckily again,
Yes.
I had only minor comments from examiners, for both examiners. Minor remarks. It's only editorial matters. Topic is okay. It's very interesting, and they said it's very much publishable. Okay, so publishable is one of the criteria in the examination. So they said this topic is worth published in international journal. So that's why a year later we published an article in the reputed international journals. I think it's in 2018. Sorry, 2006. 2013. Okay, so I published an article published by I forgot the name of the publisher. Yeah.
We have heard about your what inspired about to study abroad. So we would like to know that because there's a lot of differences when you study outside, when you study abroad, and when you go to another country to study. So I would like to know that do you have any challenges that you have experienced, and how did you overcome them?
Yes, of course. Almost all students from different countries have challenges. Okay, so the challenges including the weather, cultural. So we have a cultural shock. We can't find food like what we do in our own country. The weather is quite different. They have a very extreme weather. Okay, and also it's very quiet city. Okay, quiet, not very crowded like what we have here. But everything is well organized. Everything is nice, and as I said to you, there's nothing to complain about except the weather. So we have enough facilities to support our study, and we have a lot of friends from different countries, so we can communicate with people from different countries with sort of different kind of English pronunciation. People from India, people from Asian countries, even from people from Japan. Okay, so it's sort of multicultural societies. And we have, we had a lot of gatherings, students unions, students organizations. It's very meaningful. It's very beautiful. And of course, we have to prepare for the strategies to cope with the problems. And basically, we can get rid of a lot of problems, okay? So we can adjust ourselves, not more than maybe 3 months or 6 months, everything is okay.
So after 3 or 6 months, you can adapt.
Yes.
So right. You can face the challenges and you can
anticipate all problems.
Yeah, that's so. So you have mentioned that there's a very the significant difference between education in Indonesia and the other country. Yeah. Especially you were studying in Australia. So can you talk about more how different was the education system compared to Indonesia?
Yes. The most common thing that we see is the support from the university, including the facilities. So they provide everything that the students need to improve the quality of the graduate. technological support and academic support, everything is provided. Sometimes we can't utilize all of the support provided by university because of the time that we had is quite limited. But in general, they they are very excellent in quality and also the management. Okay, the university management. Whenever we have problem, everyone is ready to help. And whatever problem we have, we can call the call center from the university, and they will provide a solution. Okay? And it's free. We don't have to pay anything, and it's 24 hours a university. So especially library is open 24 hours from
24
Monday.
hours, sir.
Yeah, every day from Monday to Sunday to Monday,
Are they
even
have
during the weekend.
access
Yes.
with the Wi-Fi?
Yeah,
How
of
does the
course.
internet,
The
sir?
internet is no problem at all.
Is
And
it
there is
fast?
no electric cut off.
Oh,
Here we have cut off every time, every
yeah.
day, but they don't have it. I've never had experience where the university is black because of the no power, no electricity at all. It's very different here. And another important thing is the quality of the lectures. Okay, they recruit lecturers from many different areas. As long as they are expert in the required areas. So it's internationally recruitment. Okay, the system is opened internationally. They send the application all over the world. They need a certain kind of lectures specialized in a particular area, and they pay more. They pay it very expensive, right?
So that's quite different, sir, from
Exactly.
here.
Here,
Yeah.
you can see
Yes, sir.
many lecturers are not qualified,
Oh,
and they.
I'm afraid to say about it.
That's
sir.
right. So they stick on quality. They pay much, okay, but they receive much more.
Yeah.
Maybe they receive double because many international students applied, and that's money income for them. So we have to pay everything. We have to pay their house rent. We have to buy everything there. We have to pay tax as well. That's a good revenue for them. And I think in 100 students,
Yes,
it's
sir.
only about 5% of the local students, and the rest are from many countries in the world. You can imagine.
Oh,
It's very different here. We have international students, but we pay for the international students, and it's very hard to say. I thought it's real international students, but the process of recruitment is not. It's not a standard at all. Okay,
oh,
so that's one of the differences.
it's no budget.
Quality, facilities, lectures, academic support, non-academic support, management. They are all excellent. And it's uncomparable with our own in our own context.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I can see that, sir. Because yeah, I've heard a lot, and I have searched a lot of about the differences between our system medication and other countries' system medications. So we have talked about a lot of your experience about how you face the challenges there, and how different it was. And I would like to ask about what was the most memorable moment during your time abroad, because I'm sure that you still remember it and you can still feel it when you were there.
Right. Yes, that's a very good question. I think one of the most unforgettable experience it was, uh, uh, you know, presenting the thesis proposals and thesis results internationally in other countries. That's not only support our academic atmosphere,
Yes.
but also it's a very good experience to know people's expert in our particular area, so we can communicate with them later after graduation. So until now, I'm still communicating with a few experts, including my own supervisors. So we did publish a few articles in international journals, reputed international journals together. So it's sort of cross universities publication. Yeah, that's very good. That's a very good experience, of course. So people abroad, in many modern countries, they publish articles, they write books together. Okay, one from America and another one from New Zealand, from Australia. They cooperate together to publish a book, and it's very rare, of course, in our own context.
Yeah.
It's very hard to coordinate, to work together with local lectures. That's not yet very popular, but for them it's very popular. So that's why to become a professor in the Western countries, it's very hard and it's very challenging. Uh, there are so many conditions and requirements that we have to fulfill before that achievement.
I see. So have you experienced when you work in a group and your team are making groups, just like you say?
Yeah. That's one of the popular characters. Okay, characteristics, if you can say, of the education system or educational practice in modern countries. So we are trained to work together, either in the classroom or outside classroom. But they do that very well. Okay, that's like, it's not like what we do here in the classroom. I noticed that many lectures provide group work discussion very often, very frequently, but it is not well prepared. It is not well practiced according to the roots of the theories, the theoretical background of group work discussion. What we did there, we have to do a lot of work before presenting, before the presentation. We have to read a lot of articles, a lot of theories which are related to the topic of the presentation. And group work must be conducted by involving everyone, every members of the group. It's only not one or two speakers, two active and the rest are not active. Everything is controlled, of course. Also, the evaluation, the assessments of the group is also well done. Okay. Yeah.
Quite different from
Very
here.
different.
As you have tell me about that, and I compare based on my experience about the teamwork and for group discussions, quite different.
Yeah.
So I can feel the differences. And we come for the last question, sir, about you already tell us your experience and you tell us a lot about studying abroad. We would like to hear your about your advice. I mean, like, what advice would you give to students who want to study abroad? Because we can know that a lot of students really want
Yeah.
to go studying abroad, go outside and learn more.
Yes. I really urge and suggest everyone, if they have an opportunity to study abroad, studying abroad is much more profitable, okay, than studying here in our own country. And of course, to do that, you have to prepare yourself. The most important thing is you have to pass the test, English test. That's the main requirement for studying abroad. Okay, so you have to be familiar with IELTS test or TOEFL test. You have to do a lot of practice to get a high score. Once you pass the test, and it's getting easier for you to pursue. Okay, and the next thing you have to prepare the academic matters. You have to select one of the interesting topic. Of course, you have to keep updated about the topics where you would like to undertake. Okay, either for master's degree or even for PhD level, right? So you have to prepare long time before you apply, and of course you have to get the high level achievement during the study here. So once you graduated from this university, and then you can search. Okay, you can search a number of possible universities that you can go and look at the requirements, the information. If possible, you can get a contact with one of the lecturers at that university and try to get the email address, contact numbers, and then you can write and communicate to them, saying that you are very interested in studying there. And sometimes they are very helpful, of course. And then you have to pass other kind of tests required for the candidate.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for the advice. And we will move to the next section, sir.
Right.
We have made a question box on our Instagram. So for students who would like to ask you about related to the study abroad, they already write down here. So I will ask a few questions from there,
All right.
and you
Okay.
can just answer it. sir.
Okay.
So the first question is, how do you feel once you arrive abroad?
Cultural shock and weather shock.
Yes.
And I remember when the first time I arrived in Canberra, it was a holiday for students. So I chose to be living on campus, right? So usually in Australia and maybe elsewhere, they provided on-campus accommodation for students. So we have to apply in advance whether they would like to stay on campus or outside campus, right? So I decided to stay on campus. It's very close. It's just in the campus area, and there are so many blocks of the accommodations. They have block A until K, and they have any other, including the price, the facilities. It's basically one room for one student.
Oh.
So when I was, accompanied to my room, and it was in the evening, so I felt very lonely because it's very quiet, nobody's around, and it's very cold outside. So I spent the whole night in my room. After I bought some of the meals, just like milks and bread, and I was very lonely, and I felt very strange, and I couldn't sleep. And I looked at outside, and there nobody is around. The sounds is quite different, so I felt very lonely. Until the next day, okay, I met a few Indonesian friends,
Yes.
and we had a community, and then during the time, it's better, okay. So I don't feel lonely anymore. But my first night was very lonely because I felt like living alone in the world. Nobody is, and there's no transportation. It's very different, totally, from Indonesian context, where we can see everyone's many people around. But it's okay. It's only. But in the next few, in the next few weeks and months, the weather becomes a main problem. It's very cold.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is
yeah,
the main
that's
problem.
right. And also how to use the university facilities. Even though we had around a week for the orientation, campus orientation,
Mm-hmm.
how to, open an account at the bank, how to
Ah,
get a card for library loan, and every facilities, was introduced to the students. Yeah, but we didn't have enough time to, as I said to you, utilize to use all facilities provided by the
ah,
university.
that's
Mm,
because I'm sure
mm,
that when we study abroad, there's a lot of things that we would like to try
yeah.
about the
Mm.
facilities. So the first time when you arrive in the first night, you were alone. You felt homesick, sir.
Yes, of course. Very, 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 very deep actually. Okay, deep homesick, of course. Mm.
So, sir, um, there's another question that asking if you could choose between abroad and Indonesia, where would you rather to live in?
What do you mean by live in?
Maybe after you finish your studying
Ah,
abroad,
mhm.
would you like to stay there or would you
Okay.
like to
Go back
go
to.
back to Indonesia, sir?
Well, well, many students will have to go back to Indonesian to Indonesia because we are civil servant. We work for
Oh,
universities, so we can
right.
put away, and we have to sign a contract before we leave. Right? We have to sign a contract, and we have to go back to our university. But some private students might prefer to stay there rather than
Yeah.
going back to Indonesia. So as a civil servant or PNS,
Yes, sir.
and we cannot stay there.
Oh,
Once we graduate, we have to go back to our home country, continues working at our own university.
so
So there's no space for doing that because we have to sign the contract.
okay, sir. But kesampingkan itu,
Mm.
what if you can choose between stay there or go back to Indonesia?
Well, there are pros and cons about this actually. There are some benefits, of course, if we prefer to stay there. Maybe we have a higher salary, much higher salary, and we don't have to think about other things. We'll focus on our task as a lecturers or researchers, and we might have a very good prospectus, prospect for career development, personal development, and academic development, much better than what we have here. But as to be honest, okay, I cannot stay there for forever. Okay, it's very as a Muslim people as well. Got go to the mosque for 5 times prayers
Yes.
because it's not a Muslim country. It's not a Muslim country, so we cannot find musalla. We cannot find people. We cannot hear people doing azan. And my family, because I brought my family there as well. I took 2 of my kids, so I can't take them to Muslim schools, right? Islamic school. So it's very dangerous, of course. So that's my consideration that I have to go back to to our country, Indonesia. And of course, when we go back, there are many more complaints. Okay, one of the biggest experience, the complaint from my kids, from my children. They were they told me they wanted to go back to Australia. They don't want to study here because the situation is quite different. And I
Yes.
said, no, we can't go back to Australia anymore because we have no chance. We have no more chance to go there. And they were crying. They would like to go back to Australia. It's very hot here. And the teachers are not very friendly here. The teachers are not friendly. Everyone is not friendly. And it takes, it took a long time for them to get themselves adjusted to the schools in Indonesia.
School in Indonesia.
Yeah. And another big problem for lecturers to go back to their own university is, there's no appreciation.
No appreciation.
There's no appreciation. There is no involvement, or there's no encouragement of the lecturers who are returning. I think the university will have to take a great advantage from these lectures. Maybe they should be given some, sometimes or opportunities to share the experience, to share the research, to share everything, just for the development of, local universities. That's a very good one, of course. But here sometimes nobody cares,
Yeah.
Nobody cares, and they don't try to get a big lesson from this graduate.
Yeah. I can see that, So, it's been a great session, sir, for amazing for your attendance today. It's such an honor, and it's so amazing that we have you here. And thank you so much for Sir Andre for sharing your inspiring journey and valuable insight with us today. And I'm sure many listeners or our audience here who watch the video would will get inspired by your experience here, sir, and maybe they feel more motivated to study abroad, sir, and to pursue their dreams of studying abroad, of course. To wrap up, sir, do you have one final message, maybe to for the audience who wants to study abroad, sir?
Yes, I dream that many Indonesian students, especially the students from Jambi University, will have chance to go abroad for further studies, right?
Yes.
Get yourself prepared as much as you can. Open your mind. You have to get, open-minded. Don't stop studying. Whenever you finished, you study here. Don't give up. Don't stop. Okay, it's just the beginning of your further adventures. Okay, both academic and non-academic. Right. So I'm pleased to hear later that many University Jambi students graduate get a chance to study abroad, and that would be very, very a challenging and meaningful experience for you and your family later. And thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you so much, sir. And once again, thank you so much for being with us today. And thank you so much for everyone who's listening. And see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much. So maybe we would like to do another jargon, sir. Once again, jargon.
Okay.
Rise all the way to the sky. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, sir, for being us today.
Thank you.
Maybe we can just chit chat for 1 minute for the closing. So actually, I'm still curious about you said for the research that you say that they will invite other lecturers from other universities. Is it just 1 or 2 or more than 5?
Well, it's sort of open invitation, so they send the message to all, especially in our area, the specific interest of the area of the research, and people